Hello and welcome back to Battle of the Bakes episode 2. If you haven't watched episode 1, go back and watch that where I made healthy versus original cinnamon rolls and also explain in more detail why I am doing this series, what it's for. But in a nutshell, I used to absolutely adore baking when I was younger. Then I found healthy baking, did that for a couple of years and then dropped baking altogether because I hated the idea of cooking the unhealthy, higher calorie, higher fat versions of things when there was a healthy alternative available. But I also hated eating the healthy alternatives because all I wanted was the originals. So I just stopped baking for a couple of years. And over the last year, I've refound my love of baking the OG, original, higher calorie, higher fat options. And now I want to use my platform as a fitness professional to show that you don't have to survive off the healthy versions of sweet treat baked goods in order to consider your fitness journey successful and to be able to achieve your fitness goals. You can have the original baked goods, it's okay. You will still make progress. So today we're gonna do chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. So we're gonna be baking a healthy chocolate chip cookie, a recipe that I found on Instagram. I'm not gonna be atting or tagging the creator of the healthy recipes. My aim is not to blame them for making healthy versions of sweet treats. That's not my vibe. I just need a recipe to follow to prove my point that the unhealthy versions are always superior. So I've got a healthy chocolate chip cookie recipe from Instagram and then I've got an unhealthy OG version on from Google. So we're going to be starting with the healthy version, which looks really fucking healthy. So let's get started. Okay, so the recipe I'm following is from Instagram for the healthy version. We're going to do a giant 5-minute chocolate cookie, only 150 calories, 3 ingredients, gluten-free and takes less than 5 minutes to make, which when we're talking about baking things, the fact that it takes 5 minutes is already ringing red flags. Ringing red flags? Ringing alarm bells for me. Waving red flags. The recipe makes 2 giant cookies. I know for a fact I won't be enjoying it and therefore I won't want 2 cookies. So I will be halving the recipe and making 1. 2 ripe spotty bananas, 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. I only have cocoa powder. 1/4 cup of peanut butter powder and sugar-free dark vegan chocolate chips. I have dark chocolate chips. They are not vegan and they are not sugar-free because I'm not doing that to myself, unfortunately. Although I can consider these ingredients a business expense, I still don't want to be wasting my money on sugar-free vegan dark chocolate chips. So we're just going for the dark OG variations. Okay, let's get started. I'm actually really excited for the day where I do find a healthy baked good recipe that lives up to the same quality as the original unhealthy version. I'm really looking forward to that day. I think it'll be very interesting. Right, I'd say these are spotty enough. I don't know about you, but every time I have a load of spotty ripe bananas in the house, it still gives me a little tinge of PTSD from lockdown, banana bread gate. There is not a single person on this earth who did not make a banana bread in lockdown. And I can't wait to be proven otherwise. So we need to blitz the banana and cacao powder. I only have cocoa powder. Sorry, health conscious clan. Blitz the banana and the cacao powder in a blender until smooth. Simple enough. Fair warning, our blender is on the brink. We're unsure how many more blends it is actually going to last. So I might have to mute the next bit because it sounds like, what's the best way to describe it? You know a paper shredder? It's like if you tried jamming a laptop into a paper shredder. That's what my blender sounds like right now. You're definitely going to want to cover your ears for this bit. Maybe I'll put some elevator music on over the top of this. Okay, it's not blending at all. And that's not even my blender's fault. There's just nothing to blend. Like, there's no liquid. Let's try a little bit of extra water in here. Let's try that again. I fear I may have put too much water in it. Oops. I'm going to put half an extra banana in. See if that makes any significant difference. Still looks way too liquidy. I'm pretty sure this peanut butter powder is out of date. Oh well. It says 1/4 cup of peanut butter powder, so I'm going to put half of 1/4 cup in. Yum. Can't wait for my cookie. Do you know what my favourite bit about this recipe is? She labels it, oh no, I was going to say she labels it a chocolate chip cookie, but then has the chocolate chips as optional, but she just labels it a chocolate cookie. So she got away with it. Okay, add the mixture to some parchment paper to make your huge cookie and add optional chocolate chips. God, this looks so unappetizing. Bone apple teeth. Oh my God. You don't even put it in the oven. Just pop it into the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. Oh God. Okay, I'm actually gonna pause that. I'm gonna hold off on putting that in the microwave and I'm gonna make the unhealthy versions first. Sorry, I'm gonna make the unhealthy versions in between. And then once the unhealthy cookies are baking, I'm gonna microwave, God, I'm gonna microwave that so that they come out at relatively the same times. That's what I'm gonna do. So, the unhealthy recipe, we're using 30-minute chewy chocolate cookies. And these look really good. So we've got all-purpose flour, cocoa powder, salt, baking soda, butter, brown sugar, eggs, vanilla bean paste, and granulated sugar for rolling. Now that sounds much more up my street, and most people's streets, I'd hope. Flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, sugar, vanilla, sugar, eggs, butter, chips. This recipe makes 20 cookies, so I'm gonna half it. So we've got 150 grams of all-purpose flour or plain flour, 50 grams of cocoa powder, so 25 grams, pinch of salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. That is extremely accurate. How do I break that into half? 3/4 of a teaspoon. Oh God. I was so shit at maths when I was younger. I used to cry, I cry a lot anyway. I'm a very emotional person. I used to cry all the time in maths, I remember, in like year 8 and 9, because I just couldn't understand any of it. And I wouldn't get frustrated at the fact that I couldn't understand any of it. I'd get frustrated at the fact that everybody else could and I couldn't. And I guess that is still getting frustrated at myself in a backwards way. But 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm just gonna go for half a teaspoon and hope for the best. I know that baking is very much like you have to be as accurate as possible. Cooking, you can get away with like shifting things around a little bit, but baking has to be really, really accurate in order for it to work most of the time. But hopefully that does the trick and doesn't completely ruin them. Cocoa powder, flour, salt, baking soda in a bowl and set aside. In the bowl of a stand mixer, I don't have a stand mixer. Cream the butter and sugar until light and fluffy. This is where the muscles come out.
I've got the muscles. The ladies love me.
So back in my disordered eating phase, I would have baked the healthy blob of sludge and tried to kid myself that gave me the same satisfaction as a regular homemade chocolate chip cookie. And then what would have sometimes happened is I would have then been so unsatisfied at the end of the eating process that I would have then raided my cupboards and fridge for absolutely anything remotely sweet and sugary to offset the lack of satisfaction I got from the healthy version, and would have ended up eating 3 or 4 times more than I would have done had I just had what I was actually craving in the first place. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this series, is to show people that if you are really craving something like a cookie, a cake, something that you don't necessarily consider as a healthy option in that moment, but nothing else is going to satisfy that craving, then be confident in the fact that nothing else is going to satisfy that craving, and allow yourself to have it, the original whatever it is that you are craving, because you will satisfy that craving 10 times more as a result of just letting yourself have it than trying and failing to find a healthy alternative that will ultimately not live up to the same expectation as the real thing. You'll leave feeling dissatisfied and wanting more, which is just a negative loop if you get yourself caught in it. Okay, sugar and butter have been mixed until light and fluffy. Add the egg and vanilla and beat until combined. Cool. 1 large egg. Oh, mine are medium, I guess. To be fair, it says 50 grams of egg and nobody ever says grams worth of egg. So let's see if I can get 25 grams worth out of this. Nobody ever really weighs out their vanilla extract, do they? Nobody's got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Beat until combined. amount of sniffs and coughs I'm gonna have to edit out of this video. So gross. Oh, there is just nothing more satisfying than watching a baking mixture come together. You can't beat it. I'm telling you, you do not get this satisfaction with the healthy version. You just don't. Ben and Jerry are really onto something with this cookie dough thing, because this looks good. What is your favourite Ben and Jerry's flavour? Mine is hardcore ride or die cookie dough. Like, nothing will ever beat Ben and Jerry cookie dough flavour, ever. And I will die on that hill. Me and my brother used to fight over the tub when I was younger. I would scream, throw a tantrum if I thought he had even the slightest bit more than me. I mean, he was 5 years older than me and played rugby about, like, 24 hours a week. So he probably should have been having more than me. But here we are. Don't get in the way of this girl and have food, is the moral of that story. Arm workout. Okay, let's add in some chocky chips. She doesn't actually say to add in chocolate chips. I'm not having a chocolate cookie without chocolate chips. I fear that is just against the law. Few more. Okay, now we scoop. She says roll 40 grams worth of mixture at a time. Now, I love the specificity of how much each ball should weigh, because that way you're getting maximum potential for perfect crunch to chew texture. If they're too big, there's too much chew, not enough crunch. They're too small, there's too much crunch, not enough chew. So this I like. Okay, they're quite small. Don't mind it. Okay, I know I said I liked the exact quantity section, but I've realised that I actually can't be asked to weigh it out that specifically. So we're going for roughly 40 grams per cookie. Rough is better than... Let's not go there. Let's not go there. A little tip for anybody: if you love making cookies but you really struggle to refrain yourself from eating the whole batch in one go, from not eating the whole batch in one go, stick some of the mixture straight into the freezer rather than cooking all of them in one go, so that you've got some that you can then cook at a later date. Or cook the whole batch and then freeze some once you've finished cooking them. So again, you can enjoy them as a little warm cookie and ice cream situation for a dessert. There is just absolutely no comparison. Slab of shit, balls of wonderfulness. No comparison. Eating the raw mixture was by far one of my favourite parts of the baking process when I was younger. I appreciate it's got a shit ton of raw egg in it, so you really shouldn't do it. But I'm still alive to tell the tale, so at least it's not drugs. Oh yeah, baby. Alexa, set an 11-minute timer.
11 minutes, starting now.
I really hope that made all of your Alexas go off. Oh my god. That looks so good. Yes. No. It just looks like a cow pat. In fact, I think a cow would probably sniff its nose at that. I've put that on a baking sheet. Can I put that in the microwave? Can I put a reusable baking sheet in the microwave? Alexa, can I put a reusable baking sheet in the microwave?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, yes, provided it is clearly marked as microwave safe.
Not sure about that. I really hope... What? It doesn't say not microwave safe. Hand washable, dishwasher safe, easy to clean, reusable. Safe up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna risk it. The worst part about baking, without a doubt, is having to wait for the baked goods to cool down, without a doubt. Because I know if I pick that up now, it's just gonna fall apart. So it's actually not gonna be as good as if I wait. But they look so good. The healthy cookie has been in the microwave for 3.5 minutes. This is the moment of truth. Well, that looks absolutely atrocious. Sorry, let's bring it into the light so you can really get the full effect. Absolutely fucking atrocious. Spot the difference. God. Okay, I'm just heating up some soup, so please ignore the sound of the microwave, but just tried lifting this off the paper and it it won't come. it feels like something like when Robin Williams tried to create Flubber. This was one of the prototypes that went wrong. It's not looking good, boys. Okay, we have lift off. Yeah. Now it's a cow pat on a plate. So this is what we're working with. Okay. Let's taste test. Let's try the healthy one first. Oh my god, it's squidgy. Oh god, this is so gross. I actually don't know how to do it. I feel like I'm ripping rubber. Honestly, it feels like a big piece of rubber. Okay, here goes absolutely nothing. It just tastes like burnt banana with chocolate chips on top. Yeah. Burnt banana. The chocolate chips are the saving grace. No, absolutely not. In no way, shape or form is that replicating anything remotely similar to a chocolate chip cookie. Absolutely no way in hell. That is a solid 1 out of 10. And the only reason it's a 1 and not a 0 is because the chocolate chips save it. Save the party with the little OG chocolate chip. Let's do a little break in half. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is what we were talking about. I love watching people's crumble cookie reviews on TikTok. So this is the Beckenham version of crumble cookie review. Oh my god, that is so good. The crunch to chew ratio is absolutely bang on. Oh, that is so good. And absolutely nothing compared... Sorry, the banana splat is nothing compared to that. Nothing. Not even on remotely the same wavelength. Right. As I could have told you about 40 minutes ago, the healthy version of a chocolate cookie does not live up to the original. So if you're feeling like you need a cookie in your life, go for the normal, high-calorie, high-fat, full joy version. And stay well away from that banana peanut butter powder crap. And give this video a like if you liked it. Let me know in the comments what I should do next, which healthy to OG recipe I should try next. And subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you in the next one.